Hey everybody, in today's video, I'm going to share with you why Bitcoin will reach $75,000 in 2021. Now, before we get started, I just want to say that I am not a cryptocurrency expert and I am not a financial advisor. So if you decide to start investing, please do your own research and invest with your own risk. This is especially true when investing in crypto because the crypto market is extremely volatile. As of recent, cryptocurrency has been surging to levels that no one has ever seen before. Now, I want to show you an overview of the historical price of Bitcoin. In 2013, the price of Bitcoin started at about $200, and a lot of people had no idea what Bitcoin or even cryptocurrency was. So for a few years, the price of crypto was relatively flat. It hovered anywhere from $200 all the way up to $1,000. Where Bitcoin really began to surge was in 2017 when it went from $1,000 all the way up to $16,000. Now just imagine investing $1,000 and within the time frame of a year, turning that into $16,000. I think a lot of people thought this is where Bitcoin would max out, but as we know, that is just not true. So going forward, we did see a little dip in the price of Bitcoin. It went to about $3,500 in 2019, and then it went up again. It had a nice little bull run. It went up to about $13,000. Then it leveled off slightly, and now it surged exponentially and it hit an all-time high of $57,500. So the question is, how high can Bitcoin go? I firmly believe that Bitcoin will reach $75,000 by the end of 2021. And there are three reasons why I believe it will reach $75,000. The first reason why I think Bitcoin is going to go to the moon is because there is a limited quantity available. I don't know if you guys knew this, but there can only ever be 21 million Bitcoin mined. And I want to just make the comparison to land. Land is something that we have on our Earth, and it is limited. There is never going to be more land on our Earth. And because of this, the demand for it has increased greatly, and with an increase in demand, the price also increases. So land is limited. The population of the world is increasing every single day, and with an increasing population, you have a greater demand for the land, which we cannot create any more of. And the same is true for Bitcoin. There can only be 21 million Bitcoin ever mined, and as more people become interested and they learn about it, there's going to be an increase in demand, and that is going to increase the price. And of that 21 million, it's expected 20% is going to be lost forever because people put their Bitcoin on hardware wallets known as ledgers, and sometimes people may lose the actual wallet itself, or they may forget the password. So essentially, it's lost forever. So if you assume that 20% of all Bitcoin will be lost forever, that leaves you with about 16.8 million Bitcoin being available on the market. So that means there's even more of a limited quantity of Bitcoin. The second reason why I think Bitcoin will go to $75,000 is because of the growing knowledge of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general. I was talking to my uncle the other day who is in his late 60s, and even he was really interested in buying Bitcoin. And when I think of older generations who are interested in Bitcoin, I think this is a concept that is really catching on because, back in the day, we had a cash-centric society. Cash was king. People had cash everywhere. You go to the grocery store, you go to a bar, you pay cash. You don't pay with anything else. You don't pay with crypto. You don't pay with a card even in a lot of cases. People really love cash in the older generations. So when I hear older people being interested or even just understanding the concept of crypto, I know that the population as a whole is really catching on to the concept. And the same is even more true for the younger generation. They're going to know more about technology, the blockchain technology. They're going to understand it better. Not only that, but you already have these major investing platforms integrating Bitcoin in some form. I like to think of Webull or Robinhood. These are traditional investing platforms where people invest in stock. But recently, they have allowed people to purchase cryptocurrency. So that already takes the people that were interested in stocks and it introduces them to a new form of investing. Even more so, there are stocks that are directly associated with Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. One, for example, is Riot Blockchain. This is a stock that invests in mining Bitcoin. So when you have investors who do a lot of research about their holdings, they are going to research stocks such as Riot Blockchain, and they're going to come to learn about how cryptocurrency and Bitcoin works, and that may interest them to invest in Bitcoin itself, increasing the demand. And let's face it, cryptocurrency and Bitcoin in particular is all over the news. It's simply a growing trend in the world. People are realizing that Bitcoin is a serious currency, that it can be used for transactions. So that is the second reason I think Bitcoin is going to hit $75,000 by the end of 2021. So if you mix the growing knowledge and the growing interest worldwide, and you combine it with the limited quantity, that is a huge indicator for me personally that Bitcoin is going to increase monumentally in the future. And the third reason why I think Bitcoin is going to increase is because large companies are already acknowledging and integrating Bitcoin into their business operations. I think that when you have these large billion-dollar companies using Bitcoin in their everyday business operations, it's going to create a domino effect. And I think the competitors of these companies who are already using Bitcoin are going to integrate Bitcoin into their own businesses as well. So let's take a look at some of the larger companies who are already using Bitcoin. We have Etsy, Overstock, PayPal, Microsoft, AT&T, and Square. I don't think I have to give you guys any details about these companies. I think you already know what each one of them is. I mean, these are some of the largest online businesses in the world, and they are accepting cryptocurrency, specifically Bitcoin. So if you ask me personally, I think these three reasons are why Bitcoin is going to hit $75,000 at least in 2021. Just to recap, you have a limited supply and an increasing demand for Bitcoin. That alone is going to increase the price. That is just simple economics. And right now, you have these large billion-dollar companies already using Bitcoin. And that's saying to the market, they acknowledge Bitcoin can be used for transactions. They trust it to some degree. And I think it's going to create an effect where other companies are going to start using Bitcoin as well. So that is it for the video. Those three reasons are why I think Bitcoin is going to increase to $75,000 in 2021. I'm really interested to hear what you guys have to think. Do you think Bitcoin is going to skyrocket in 2021, maybe even to $100,000? Do you think it'll crash and burn? Or do you think it'll sort of hover around where it is right now, maybe in the $50,000 range? Now, if you did like this video, please do give it a thumbs up and do hit subscribe because I have more content like this coming out in the future. Thanks for checking out the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.